Hi, this is Scott Jordan, and you are watching live here at Cellars of Sonoma in beautiful Railroad Square, Santa Rosa, California. And hello everybody, and welcome to TV Tuesday Live. This is the show where we taste wine, we talk about wine, and tonight we're outside in front of Cellars of Sonoma, our tasting room, and we're going to teach you the correct way to make sangria, and we're also going to introduce the wine specials for June starting in June. But the very first one is Sparkling Brut Rosé, so I thought it'd be okay to start our show with a little bit of Sparkling Brut Rosé. And look at this. What I wanted to do is I want to show you the correct way to open up a sparkling wine, because there is only one way to do it, which is my way, which is the right way. What you want to do is you want to just peel the... Catch this little guy right here. And all you want to do is put your hand over the cage. Are you getting that shot? As you guys see that? Put your hand over the cage and then you twist 6 times. The 6 is the magic number. And then you completely enclose it. And all you're doing is spinning the bottle. You've done that before when you were 6. And you got in trouble for it. Now, the best way to everybody wants to get the pop of the sparkling wine.
I like pop.
Yeah, well, you're not getting
it. It announces it.
And what you want to do is you want to slowly let this come out so you get that. And voila. That's how it's done. So,
oh man, it's good to
only the rookies would go boom, and or the drunk rookies. So here's a Sparkling Brut Rosé. It's a non-vintage. It comes from Mendocino fruit. It's produced by Amorosa Bella. Retail on that is $32, but we got it on special starting June 1. Actually, it's running right now at 2 for 1. So 32, you get 16 bucks. You're rocking and rolling, Sparkling Brut. And here's to the summer. It is finally here. Well, it's really been here for months. We never had the winter.
Yeah, it got here in February.
So yum. Sparkling Brut. You can play around with sparkling wine champagnes. You can dress them up a little bit,
Sure.
Which isn't a bad idea. We learned that last week with the Arkansas wines, that there were some that were so sweet that you just got to put it with something. And so you pour a little bit in there and it kind of works out well.
Sure.
But,
yeah, you put a little Chambord, whatever you want to put in there. Brandy? Brandy? I don't know.
That's a little weird.
We could, but you know.
I've never put brandy in, but anyway, any of those things.
You don't put orange juice in it either.
No, I don't like to have orange juice in there because
A lot of people do.
just a little bit maybe, but not a lot. So, great buy, Sparkling Brut from Amorosa Bella, 16 bucks. Can't go wrong with that.
Absolutely.
And you can use it for every scenario going. And I was really low on ginger ale for my sangria that I did last week, and I almost was going to throw some of this in there. So you could almost argue that you could put this, because the reason you do the ginger ale is it gives a little fizz to it. It's not so much the flavor as it is the fizz. And we'll talk about that because we're going to actually make sangria. So, and Brian, what I want you to do is be the official pourer for the wines that are the other wines in the special that we're going to taste tonight too.
Super.
Which is the Chardonnay 2007 from Gann Family Cellars, his 2007 Zinfandel, his 05 Petite Syrah, which is pouring interesting, really nice, and then the 09 Malbec. So we'll taste those while I make sangria.
Super.
All right, so before we get started, you're giving me a really weird look.
I just don't know if it's broadcasting. I don't know if it's working.
Just as long as you're thing says broadcasting?
It just says it's recording. It's not streaming. It's recording.
How can it just be streaming?
We'll have to
Not
stream it
streaming.
later.
Wow. Okay. Those of you that are tuned in right now, would you just type in whether you're getting the show or not, so we can prompt Karina? We are a ways away from our. Yeah, hop right in there. We're a ways away from the internet signal, so maybe there was some issue there. Are you okay with that? Okay. All right. All right.
Do we
So-
want to get, let's
Yeah.
just do the Chardonnay. We'll just,
Yeah. I just did that just to kind of.
Yeah, that's just kind of get started.
All right. So let me give you the first wine, and then you can pour for the guests out here. 2007 Russian River Chardonnay. Great buy on this. You can get this wine on a mix and match, 25% off. You can get it for. Hell, I didn't even put it on there. Oh, yes, I did. I'm sorry. You can get this at 50% off on 6 or more.
50%.
Sorry. So you can get it as low as $14. Retail on that is $28, so not a bad deal. So if you like Chardonnay, this is going to give you a little bit of the oaky buttery, but not the over the top. I'd say it's almost in between. But you guys pour a little bit. I'll pour a little in my
Pour a little
glass,
bit.
and then I'll pour some for you, and you can pour for the guests, and then I'm
I
going
will.
to talk about Sangria, and we'll come back.
Take it off.
Okay. All right. Is everybody paying attention? Because now I have a weapon. There are main ingredients that you want to start with, and you basically want to start with lemon, lime, orange, and you want to have a pineapple. Now, when you go to buy a pineapple, go to Safeway. They got them on sale, $2.50. Not bad. But what you want to do when you're trying to find the right pineapple, you got to reach in the center and pull one of these out. If it comes out like that did, how pretty that did, that's perfectly ripe, and we're going to find that out in a little bit when I cut this open, but it's going to be really nice and ripe, and we're going to use this in our sangria. So, when you get oranges, try to get really big oranges. Now these say extra sweet on them, but here's one of the things that I want you to do, and do it right away. I'm going to do it right now, because I realized that after about 8 days of my sangria, this little sticker right here that says extra sweet was in the batch that had been in there for
Forgot the boss.
8 days, floating in my hand. So you do not want to have, that says extra sweet, and you don't want extra sweet floating in your stuff. So all you're going to do is you're just going to cut the ends off like this, okay? You don't need those, and you don't want to squeeze these because it's going to be too tart. You don't want to have tartness. So all you're going to do is you're just going to go like this. You're just going to be Mr. Slicer, Dicer. Here we go, Mr. Slicer. I found that these larger oranges work really well. We experiment with our sangria, and so we try all kinds of things. And we'll leave that right there, and what I'm gonna do, and all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put that right in there just like that, okay? And then here's a lemon. Whoops, this got a double sticker reel, you know, whatever that. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's got some picture on it.
Oh, that makes you a joke. I'll
All right,
you
tell
later.
it. Oh yeah, is it a good joke? So again, you want to cut the ends off. You don't need those. Now, oh, you know what's not up there is the, all right. I will send an email tomorrow morning with the recipe that we're doing.
Oh, you are?
So you have that. It's pretty simple. It's exactly what you see here, and but then there's a couple things that you don't do that the recipe calls for. And here we go with a lime. There we go. Now they do say in the recipe, I believe they say squeeze some of that stuff and then put it in there. And I found, actually, we're gonna leave it in there whole, just the way they are. Don't worry about squeezing it. What you wanna do is the next day, before you serve it, you wanna pull some of those out of there and then squeeze some of those and then get them out. Because the rind starts to put a little bit of, ow, cut my finger off.
And do not include thumbs. Don't use thumbs.
No, don't use thumbs. You know what I don't have, Nita, is I don't have a towel. And in the tasting room, they have those ones underneath. Okay, So we're gonna go from Sangria to Chardonnay, and we'll go back and forth here. This is a '07 Chardonnay. God, that's still hanging in there just fine. I'm not having any problem with that whatsoever. Okay,
You just throw your ranges down in here.
in the magic box.
Yeah, magic box.
Okay, so, all right, so you want to be a really good chef, you want to be really neat. I'm not neat, so I make a really big mess. My wife is so good, and then you want to take this little crown off. You don't need that, I'm not going to need that. Now these are kind of tricky, but you know, the bottom line is I just do it like I do the other ones. I cut the bottom off, so I don't want that, as much as I could. And you're going to have a little waste. Now that when you get the recipe tomorrow, it says to get canned pineapple, but really, it's just not the same. So you don't want to do that. You really want to live through this whole thing. You could slice it down the middle like this, and then it's a little easier to carve away. You got to kind of carve the sides off. You don't want to waste too much, but you got to get that off of there, kind of like that. And you get it off of there, and don't worry if you get your fingers on it. The alcohol in here is going to take care of all the disease that I have, so don't worry about that. Ew. There's no problem. Just got to carve a little bit of that off of here.
Wash your hands first before you start doing this.
Well, you're going to find too that when you get messing with that fruit after it's laid in that juice, your fingers turn purple. My hands were purple yesterday. But that's okay. All right, so you get all that goo off of there. You get a little bit off of here, and you just go like that, and you go like that, and you go like that, and you go maybe a little more like that, and you get that.
You're gonna give Guy Fieri a run for his money.
Oh yeah, he's got nothing on me, man. All right, so let me get rid of some of these. You really don't need any of these. Don't try to squeeze any of that in there. There's so much juice in there. It's unbelievable. And then I made pretty big chunks out of these. So I made them pretty hearty in there, and the reason that I did is the pineapple, unlike the oranges and the lime and the lemons, what happens is they don't have any rind in the way, so they soak up all that juice.
Oh yeah.
So when you squeeze that down again, that's gonna, I mean, it just gives you a whole bunch of amazing fruit. So you can have bigger chunks in there, it's okay. The only thing that I'm gonna do is cut the very core out of that. And I'll show you here what I mean. The core is like the dead center here. That's just a hard piece of nothing. You know what I mean? So I want that out of here. I don't want that in here. I want that out.
Are you gonna eat that fruit, Scott?
What, this fruit?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Well, you don't want to eat the core. The core is very hard.
Well, I know, but you're not gonna eat any of the fruit, so really.
Oh no, no. Yeah, I mean, I don't know
So
what it would
bigger,
hurt to have the core in it.
because I don't think it gives it any flavor.
But it doesn't. You're not going to eat the fruit anyway, so.
I know, but you can cut it off just like that, and like that, and like that, and then it's clean.
You know, I mean, if you're a Scott Jordan, you can cut that out.
Yeah.
You know, if you're just a.
If you're a normal human, you're gonna just go, oh,
Just
big
leave it
deal.
in
I'm a
there,
caveman.
you know.
I can eat around that.
Yeah.
So I just go like this, and like
Is
that.
this straight?
Yeah, we'll take a bite. Get out! You gotta be careful. I have a weapon. And I've been drinking, so that's even better. So what happened to
Didn't even
Brian?
hurt.
He went to the hospital. He had his hand cut all up because Scott went crazy.
So how's that with the Chardonnay?
This?
Yeah.
The pineapple?
Pineapple's good.
No, not with the Chardonnay. So now what I'm doing is I'm doing larger pieces like Mr. Chef. So if you get kind of bored with it, you want to get with the program, you can go like that.
Sauv Blanc.
Sauvignon Blanc. Yeah, it's a little, citrus is a,
Yeah.
so there's your big chunks. You put them in there, big chunks, no problem, caveman style. Okay, you follow me?
I'm
You with
following.
me?
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
still
all right.
yeah.
Okay, how you guys doing over there?
So now
You're watching it.
Are you going to go ahead and do this one?
I'm
a
going to
little
do that
later?
one.
Are you going to do that later?
No, because we have an hour show, and I don't have that many wines. Yeah, we're
Really?
okay.
I was waiting for the next pour.
I was thinking it's time though that we need to go into
Okay.
the next one.
So
you
the
know,
next wine. All right, let's do that.
So
So we're tasting the pineapple.
I have to have
Chardonnay.
something to do, and I get to pour wine. So while you're
We'll
drinking.
go into your gig.
Yeah.
All right. So, what's next on our? Oh, Pinot Noir. Okay. All right. Is this Pinot? All right. 2009 Pinot Noir, and again, this is 25% off now as of June 1. 25% off, mix or match, 3 or more. That's all you gotta do. Buy 3 or more, you get 25% off.
Of any can.
For tonight, you can do that as well. We'll let you do that tonight, starting today.
Yep.
Every Tuesday, the last Tuesday of the month, we're going to introduce the next month's specials, and each month we'll have a special from the winery. So this is kind of a new gig.
For clarification, it's three bottles of any can product.
No, any of these.
Or just these?
These, just
Okay.
these.
I was-
What are those?
Yeah. Those are the Pinot Noir, the Zinfandel, the Petit Syrah, and the Malbec. So some really nice wines
it.
from the Gann portfolio.
Can you say that again?
Gann family. The wines are Pinot Noir, the Zinfandel, Petit Syrah, and the Malbec. And we're going to taste them all because that's what we do. So this is the 09 Russian River Pinot Noir. Your price on 3 or more mix and match is $31.50. So you save 25%. Can't go wrong with that. So share that with the guests, and I will cut some pineapple.
Maybe I don't want to share that.
That's pouring really, really good. You're getting a heck of a bottle of wine. All right, so let me
So they
finish.
can find those on the website.
Oh man.
Yes, make
Yeah.
sure you look it up on the website.
Yeah, they're the special pricing doesn't show online right now. It will as of June 1st. But if you just go ahead and order, and in the note screen say I want the special, we'll change the price so it comes out to be 25%. So don't worry about that. We always catch those things. Not a big deal. All right, so this is the only hard part. If you watch late night television and you find one of those Ranco 360 splice and dice, this is probably the time you want to use that. Because I would imagine there must be an invention that would get this off of here pretty easy.
Actually, there is.
Yes.
The
Ranco
Ranco Pineapple Reamer.
The Pineapple Reamer by
No.
Ranco.
No, it's
Woo!
really cool. What you do is you take an electric drill and you use what they call a hole saw.
Yeah.
It's a bit that goes in the saw, and you stick it under the end of it. You put the drill over like on a little block, and you use
Wow.
another little knife that goes into it. You turn on, and you sort of, and it just peels them just like that. So
Wow.
we used to do that, but we had to use electric drills. But we used to do that when I was working at a Hawaiian luau
I see.
thing years ago.
And when did the drugs wear off on that one?
It worked, believe me, it did.
Black and Decker.
We used to eat so much pineapple getting ready for these big luaus
Yeah.
that our mouths would
Thank you.
get that pineapple, that like whatever it is that happens, the acid.
Acidity.
Yeah,
The pineapple mouth?
yeah.
All right.
Don't go there.
Pineapple pucker.
Go,
All right.
Don't go there.
Pineapple
So-
pucker.
That's it.
Okay.
Pineapple is really, really messy too. I mean, it's like the worst of all the fruit. Oh, I
There you go. There you
put
go.
cores in there. This time I put cores in. You're not going to do anything. You're going to try to squeeze them out of there at some point, and you're going to go, that's not working. All right, let's see how our Pinot Noir is doing. So I'm multitasking. See, Guy Fieri can't do that. There's no way in the world he could have done this.
And
It's
he
not
still has all of his fingers though.
I know, that knife is pretty sharp too. You want to use a sharp knife, or you'll be here longer?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm doing good on my messy. I got it all cleaned up. And this isn't like you see on TV where all of a sudden they go, woo, we got the finished product. No, we're gonna cut all of this shit. We're gonna crap up stuff, bad stuff. Okay, my
When do we get to pour wine in there?
Stop it.
Oh,
That's all at the end. That's the best part. Wait till you guys see what I'm going to put in here too. You're not going to believe it. It's going to blow your mind. So, what you want to look for. These don't have any. I mean, they're clean. What you want to do is you want to look for seeds. If you see seeds, get them out of there. They're just going to float around and look kind of goofy, and it's not going to do anything. I don't know if they have any flavor, but just get them out of there.
You might grow a
You know,
lemon tree in your stomach.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could grow a lemon tree in your stomach, according to Nita. That's interesting. So you do want to get the seeds out of there, though, because yeah, they just look stupid. You know.
and
Are
they'll
you
plug
playing
up
with
the. I'm getting your stickers on.
Oh.
And they plug up the port too if the seeds get.
Yeah, you don't want anything to interfere with getting this juice out of here. Because I want to tell you something. I made sangria last week on Wednesday, put it in my refrigerator, which we'll talk about. You got to put it in the fridge overnight. Now see, here's a seed. You want to just go like that, get that off of there. And those look fine. Bing, boom, boom. That's got enough. Whoa, we got a little seed. Oh, got a whole family of seeds. I made that stuff on Wednesday, and I was drinking it last night. And how was that, Nita?
Oh,
It was fantastic. I mean, it was really superb.
It was just so
Oh
refreshing.
man, I got audience was watching for my stickers.
How did we miss that?
I don't know, man. I thought you were in charge of that.
great summer drink?
I gave you one job.
No, you already gave me a job
That's
pouring
true.
wine.
Now you want them as you want your oranges to be as juicy as you can get. So buy the ones that say juicy. I don't know. This particular one is not super juicy, but that's okay. You're going to squeeze some of that out of there at some point anyway. Okay? Wow, do we
Maybe.
have? Okay. Yeah, I got to get.
Why don't you
So
move the lemonade, the ginger ale away from the thing so we can see the.
so
There you go.
the basic recipe here is really simple. For each bottle of wine, you need 1 lime, 1 lemon, 1 orange, and a little bit of pineapple. You'll need a splash of lemonade and diet ginger ale. And I'll tell you in a little bit why you do the diet ginger ale. Well, I'll tell you right now. The reason that you do use diet ginger ale is you don't want extra sweetness. You got tons of sweetness here. Don't worry about getting sweet. And if you get really flipped out, I'll tell you what happened. On day 3, I was in the tasting room and I forgot to bring some additional lemonade to put in there to add a little sweetness as that stuff sat. And so you know what I used? Bono Wines makes a sweet Chardonnay. So I put a sweet Chardonnay in there and it took care of it.
That kicks up.
Just like magic. So, I mean, you guys watching, of course, you don't have access to the amount of wine that I do, but it was a great example of using wine to help out that batch.
Now, is this particular one that you're making right now? Is that a 5 orange, 5 lime?
No,
Is
I
that
did
the
four.
recipe?
I did 4. So I've
Four
got
more.
4 because I've got about 4 bottles of wine I'm going to put
But
in
you're
here.
making a large quantity.
Oh yeah, I'm making big. This is like for 2 or 3
Read
people.
it.
This is like 4 bottles of wine are going to go in here. So that with the
One night.
yeah, well, yeah, we got Brad. Flip that camera over here and say hi here to Brad.
Brad here from Wyoming.
From Wyoming
Came
is
all the way
here.
out for Sangria night.
He came out here for Sangria because he likes Sangria. And so
So anyway, but the recipe that's going to be up on the website
is 1 for 1. 1 bottle of wine, 1 orange, 1 lime, one
Okay.
all
Just
the
to
way.
be clear, we're going for mass quantities here.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going for a case of wine
Yeah.
instead of just a bottle of wine.
Because here's what's going to happen.
Excuse me, but can we go like to maybe the Zin?
Guys are so.
People
Yeah.
are getting thirsty.
What's your clock time?
Are we okay?
626.
Okay. Okay. All right.
All right.
All right. Let me do some wine slamming. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Okay. Yeah. I love it. All right. So next on the agenda is a 2007 Zinfandel. If you want a Zinfandel that's big and jammy, this one is way big, way jammy. Holy Toledo. I poured myself a little extra. This is big and jammy, 2007, great vintage year. You're gonna get this for 24 bucks. Oh really? Go find one. Go to Safeway and get me a $24 estate grown Alexander Valley
I've got to tell you,
Zinfandel.
this weekend I had my adopted son from LA up, and we were sitting around and we wanted something to do.
God,
So I
that's a
just
big
happened
one.
to have an 05, an 06, and an 07 Zin by Gant. Wow, were that?
Was that good?
I got to say, that was really good.
Now we still have 05 and 06, just a teeny bit of each of those, maybe like 5 bottles or something.
It's a nice vertical.
Yes, I do. They're
You won't
upstairs.
after.
It is really a nice
We used to
vertical,
have
I'll
them.
tell
Brad
you.
bought them.
It is
Damn it, I
just,
hate it. He shows up. He
wow.
takes all my wine away. So this is just a great example of, number one, great location, excellent fruit. It starts in the vineyard. Number two, a pretty good vintage year.
Yeah.
Although, if you're not buying 12s and 13s, people, you are not thinking clear, because that is a fantastic vintage. But 07 was really nice. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. All right. Okay. Don't want to stop my production line here. Okay, so we're almost to the best part. We're getting real close. All right, so stickers off. All right, so you just slice away there, slice away there. And again, if you get one of those Ranco 360s, I think it's a one push and they go whoof, and it's all cut. But anyway, this is more fun as long as you don't drink too much before you do that, and then you cut your fingers off.
Are you gonna get a place at the county fair this year, Scott?
Yeah, I'm gonna do this in the fair. In fact, I'm going on the road. In fact, it starts this. I'm gonna hit 30 cities in a week, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna make sangria in every city. I don't need more. No. It'll make me crazy. All right. So, here we are. I need more.
You still have fruit to cut.
I know. No, I cut all that.
I know.
All my fruit's done.
You have a lime.
And a lemon. That's all I got.
I know.
This is easy. See how easy this is? Even I can do this. Okay, so you go like
So
that.
while you're doing that, what's coming up for music?
Oh
this week?
man, let me just tell you. If you guys haven't been out on Thursday night, you need to get out Thursday night. I've got Stacy Joy coming in. Oh, what? I'm threatening you. You need to get in there. Sorry. I have Stacy Joy coming in, and she's on tour, and she's coming in on Thursday night. Normally we have Ricky Allen Ray, but Stacy's coming in. She'll be playing here 7:30. You gotta check it out. You need to RSVP if you want to sit downstairs, because we're gonna pack the joint. That's gonna be really fun. Stacy Joy, you gotta see this girl. She's very talented, and it's a one shot. We get her one time a year. Is all we're gonna get. And
That's Thursday, the 29th.
Thursday, rocking and rolling. John Pita on Friday, and then Falcon Christopher on Saturday. So if you're not into music, then don't show up. But if you're into music and you really like music, I'm telling you, this is a great opportunity. Am I threatening again? Okay, all right, I'll slice quietly.
You're late. Oh, sure. Excuse me, Reed.
Okay, so this particular lemon is loaded with seeds. So we want to get these out of here. We don't want these in I don't want to put those in my. So you just pop them out like this. You go whoop, there you go. You go like that. You go whoop. And when you drink more, it's more like whoop. I gotta get these out of here. Let's go like that. I'm sober. Don't worry. The only wine I've had is what we show here on the show. Plus my other drinking problem that I have at home, but that's okay. We'll talk about that later. Therapy.
Oh, I'm glad you said you qualified that at home instead of right next to you. Or
I've never done this show with a knife.
And we hope
that's
this is
not
going to be
good.
the last time. So next time, I think we're going to have it pre-cut.
No, that's a stupid way.
You
They
just
do it
cut-
on
well, you
Good Night
cut
America.
one and the magic of
Oh no,
TV.
that.
You
Oh
know.
yeah, no. The magic. Here's the magic.
Isn't this good?
You cannot make. My director over here going. People are freaking out. They're calling people to come get me. This is not a recipe that you're going to enjoy the same evening. I want you to know that right out of the gate. I can put all the wine in there and we can go buck wild and go, woo, isn't that good? It's not the same. Leave it alone. It's got to sit in the refrigerator 24 hours and then it's just killer. And then you got to play with it a little bit and we'll talk about that in a minute. So anyway, are you going to the next line yet?
No.
Sorry.
I'm just wanting to get done with the lime.
Yeah.
Slow it down a little bit.
Wow.
Oh, cut slower.
Ooh. Yeah, they want to see that motion.
Yeah.
You got the motion? He's
They're
got
on
it.
wine and
Wow.
crack. There you go.
Okay, so look at Brad. Brad, I didn't know you were coming, man. You're like stealth mode.
Really?
He's in stealth mode. Did he tell you?
No, he didn't tell me.
Because I'm always the last one to know. So anytime anyone wants to,
Well,
you
I
wanna
mean,
do something-
every Monday night he's always on. So I mean, you
Yeah,
know, he's
well-
talking to us.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's
What food do people enjoy when they come and taste the Sangria?
Well, the beautiful thing about this is we've got it. Now we had it at a deal, and you guys, the deal's over. We're done with the deal because I made such a great sangria. We're raising the price. No, I'm kidding. Well, we are, but anyway. What was your question? You had a question.
food.
Oh,
They
food.
get food.
Well, yeah, you can have food. Throw the food menu up just so they can see. We make really nice paninis, and we do the Tuscan chicken and the caprese. We do
Seasonal fruit.
and cheese, which is awesome with pears and yeah, right, good stuff, right? Right, you guys know that.
And stuffed strawberries with the cannoli.
Yeah, with the cannoli stuff. And we're
Oil.
still working on the pizza thing, but we're getting it down. We're getting it down.
We're trying.
But all
We
of
can
that
do
would
it.
taste great with this Sangria.
Oh yeah, well the sangria. I'm just telling you, I made a good sangria. I'm not gonna candy coat it. I can't. People loved it, man.
Yeah, he makes a good sangria.
No, I did.
The
Honest to
recipe is
God.
good.
Well, I stole the recipe, and that's what made it
The
good.
recipe is
Cause look, what?
It's free.
No,
It
it's
was
not.
a free recipe,
I
just
would've-
like they're getting. It's a free recipe.
I would have paid for it, man. I would have paid for it. But you know what? Here's the deal. If somebody else invents something and they do really good,
Copy it.
I'm gonna take it. Unless you got a copyright on it, I'm taking it, dude. So you know,
what about the happy hour?
gotta love that.
What about happy hour?
Oh yeah. So if you didn't hear Nita from behind the mic, when you come in Monday through Friday, Saturday, Friday, Andrew.
Monday through Friday.
Friday. Okay.
Friday.
Happy hour starts 1 to 6, and even though we don't open until 3, so you lose a couple hours on the days before Thursday. But okay. But anyway, half price. I've got red and white wine at
Unless you call ahead.
$5.
If you call ahead, we'll open early.
If you call up and you want to do a group, I'll come down
Okay.
any day of the week, anytime. Midnight, we don't care.
Absolutely.
Sunday.
Yeah. So if you have a group of people come in on a Monday and Tuesday, call ahead. We'll come down, meet you, and we'll give you your tastings. We'll do all that. We'll help you out. We'll especially with a group of like 60,
Yeah.
40.
40.
What's the cutoff?
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Are you confused?
4.
Okay. I just want to know, has everybody tried the Zinfandel?
Has everybody had this in?
Do you guys hate that or what?
Wait a minute, you guys are.
That
you guys,
is amazing.
I have people that are behind them.
Oh,
You
okay.
guys are behind.
You guys have it? That's a great Zin. Or is that a great Zin? And you got it at 25% off because Nita invented this idea. The monthly, we do it once a month. Last show of the month, TV Tuesday, we introduce the next month's, and this is the next one. If you don't buy this, all right, we need another wine here. Let's go.
So we got the happy hour, wonderful menus with the Sangria.
All right, we need. Where's the Petite Syrah?
Who's playing on Thursday, Scott?
We've got Stacy Joy.
On Thursday?
Yeah, she's coming in Thursday. We just announced it a minute ago. Oh, okay. That's Falcon Christopher on Saturday. I have my director here, Nita, and she's helping me, and you're hearing her ask me questions, which is really odd, about what's going on.
Okay,
And we've got guests that are out in the beautiful weather. Do we live in paradise? Does everyone want to?
Yes, we do.
Sorry, Brad. Too bad. It is paradise. Come on.
What do you got next there?
I've got 2005, another fantastic vintage year. 2005, Petite Syrah, Alexander Valley fruit, so it's going to be big, jammy. 5 was like this giant wines. You got a question?
Doing that from Malbec?
Yeah. Yeah, I know that. Yeah. You got a problem with that? Okay. You talking to me? Okay. All right, so pour for our guests. Let them all experience this wine. Retail price is $38. You can get it for $28.50. Mix and match, 25% off on 3 or more. Just pick 3 wines and you're good to go.
Hey Scott, how long have these been open?
Ooh.
You used to
Just
require
this
a change
afternoon.
them. So
Just.
These require a change.
Just opened them, like within the last hour and a half. Not within the last hour. Yeah. Oh.
And the wines that you're using to make the sangria.
Oh, we haven't got to the wines. Wait
But
till you.
how long have those been open?
Okay, now, so the question that Karina had was, how long are these wines that are going in my sangria? How long have they been open? Now, we were not open for Memorial Day because I wanted to spend the day with my family, and I did, and our extended family, and we had a fantastic time, and we saluted to all of the military that save our butt from day to day and do wonderful things, and it was the day to celebrate them, and we did. These wines, some of them, now there's special codes on here that I can't tell you how it works, but some of these were open on Friday. Now today's Tuesday. If you come in the tasting room, we pour fresh wine. I don't have you taste wine that's 4 days old. It would be a rarity if you had a wine that was more than 2 days old. Really don't. We want it to be fresh. However, when you make sangria, all of those things don't matter. They have nothing to do with it. But what I've noticed is this: the quality of the wine is important. So don't think that you're going to throw a bunch of crappy, ugly wine, your $5 whatever junk, and make it taste good. It's not. It really isn't. What the juice does is it masks the oxidation, because you don't see it. You don't taste it. It doesn't come out. It's not in the nose. You don't taste it at all. So you're really getting the fruit itself and the alcohol, which is the good part. Now, let me just give you a little caution on the alcohol side. This stuff is like fermenting, man. When it goes a couple of days, it's like high test. So be careful. I mean, be a steward of the product here. Don't get carried away. We do serve it with a straw, but that's almost like this injecting it. It's like, yeah, it's like woo. But it does get high test, so it gets it kicks up quite a bit.
Now, to go back to what you said a little bit earlier, though, is like after a day, you want to kind of mix up the fruit, take part of it out, and squeeze it, and take the juice out.
Yeah.
Probably use like a cheesecloth or something.
No. Here's what you do. This is really simple. What I'm going to do now is what's our time? I want to do it at like
You got
1:45.
plenty. You're all good.
I got lots of time.
20 minutes.
I have 20? Okay, that's what I thought. I'm going to put the juice in here, and then I'll stir it up a little bit, and then I'm going to add the splash of lemonade, and then we're not going to put ginger ale in there until the next day. You don't put it in now, you put it in the next day. Okay? So you put that in there, and then the next day when you bring it out, what you want to do is you want to do a little test of how it tastes. Okay.
No, I'm not
Okay.
swiping. I can't swipe. It's on.
If it's lacking sweetness, you can obtain that by squeezing some of these juices in a little squeezer thing. Do you guys do you know where a squeezer?
Yeah, but couldn't it be
Hey,
just easy?
Andrew, can you get the squeezer thing in back there so we can show what I'm talking about?
But you can use a little piece of cheesecloth too and just squeeze the juice because you don't want the pulp and the rind to go back in.
Well, I know, but I don't know any better, and I just use the squeeze thing above opera thing.
Just hold your hands and you just squeeze.
Yeah.
Well,
Now,
you
see,
can,
Brad's
but
saying
it-
with his hand.
Well,
No, but
I thought
yeah.
you
So
were
if you use a
doing
little
that.
piece of cheesecloth, though, you put the
Yeah,
fruit
that's
in
fine.
and it
I
keeps
I mean,
it.
I have real tools. Andrew's got one.
Oh yeah, that stuff
Lemon
takes
juice.
forever. God.
Well, it's a big process because this is a lot of fruit. I mean, I'm doing a 4-thing batch. So you want to get one of these little cuppers, and then all you're going to do is you're going to put these things in there that are just full of wine and just gooey, and you're going to go like this and go, and then toss those because you got plenty to leave in there to like look good and feel
This
good.
is a
and-
desert. We're gonna die of thirst.
Would you ever put
What?
sugar in there?
Never
No,
put
the
sugar.
recipe
Don't
the
put sugar.
recipe calls for sugar. Do not put sugar in there. It's not necessary. I got lots of sugar right here, baby.
You've got
And
sugar
if
in
you run
your
out,
wine.
if I run out, I can say that the Bonneau sweet Chardonnay, perfect little additive, just to kind of juice it up a little bit. Yeah. Oh yeah. So there's maintenance involved, and you can continue this thing for a couple of days. I did it for 8 days. Was that 8 days? How many days was it? Wednesday through. Well, I made it on Wednesday. We drank it on Thursday. So we had Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Well, 5 days. We drank it for 5 days, and I just kept adding a little more wine, and it kept getting better, and it was kind of cool, and Now you don't want it in the heat. You don't want to warm it up.
Unless you're floating in the pool.
Well, if you're trying to make it ferment, you got to warm it up a little bit because it'll ferment. All of a sudden, it turns into some hot stuff. But okay, all right. So, all right. Now going back, Petite Syrah. Ooh, yeah, big. This is a big wine. You want to have a big steak with this? A steak that thick, or more. All right. Okay, you guys ready?
Yes.
You ready? All right, you guys ready? All right,
I'm
check
waiting
this
for
out.
Friday.
So I'm like the mad scientist because we have lots of wines, and again, because go ahead, put that anywhere you want. Because I probably wouldn't pour you a wine from Friday, as good as this wine is, and this is a wonderful 06 Syrah. It's a great wine. I can tell you right now, yeah, I mean it's going to give you oxidation. It's not going to happen in the taste room. You're not getting this. It's not going to happen. This would go in the sink. Okay? Now, I want you to know, and I'm serious. The quality of the wine does matter. It does. Don't put junky wine in there. And when you're cooking at home and you go, oh, we'll just use that crappy wine that we don't like and we're going to use that for cooking. No. Use the good stuff. It's okay. Buy up a little bit,
I used
right?
Pirate for my 50th for a red wine sauce.
For red wine sauce, you use Pirate. I love that. Okay, so this is 06 Syrah. Going down, baby, going down. Hope that valve isn't open. We'll find out in a minute.
Looks like it may be.
Could
No,
be.
it's
Oh, too bad. Too late. Okay, 06. So I'm putting about 4 bottles of wine in here, and I'm mixing up the varietals. It doesn't really matter. It really, really does not matter. This is a 2010 Pinot Noir. So here we go. Blind tasting.
Let me do it blind.
I did it. Whoops.
Go blind.
I did it blind. Okay.
Let it
Well, this is a Saturday wine. So I still wouldn't Saturday. You're not going to get a Saturday on Tuesday. Not in our tasting room. Not going to have it.
Not even with
But you know what this is? The 07 Zinfandel. It's probably still okay, but it's not. What, you want to taste it? Or? Sure. But I'm not sharing with the
No,
guests.
we're not sharing this. No,
Because that's not, I don't share.
quality check. This is quality check.
We don't pour ugly old wines, and I say that it's ugly because it's old.
It's still tasting okay.
Sorry, Michael, I
Yeah,
poured
but
your
you know,
wine
it's
out.
it's
Oh man. Oh.
So what do we
Oh.
want to taste in between now?
Oh, you only have one more wine, so you're not going to
no.
get there
We're,
yet. You're
right
just
now,
gonna
we
follow
are
my
on
lead here.
the everybody's
This is
on
the
Petite Syrah.
08 Dry Creek Reserve, but again, 32 months.
That's not the.
This is 32 months, brand new French oak. But this was, no, it's not. You're not going to like it. I love John. He makes great wine. Do not miss this at all. He makes
Okay.
great wine.
You guys have-
But this was Thursday of last week. That is not going to make it. No. But in here, it's like throwing in, the stuff. Okay. And you can throw little stuff in there. See, like this one here, there's only like a little teeny bit. We normally would just throw it down the sink, and that's the end of that. Cabernet Sauvignon 2010, going in.
At its best.
I know. I'm gonna run out of. I'm gonna need more juice.
Scott, you're very green. Such a green thing to do.
What's
Yeah,
a
my
green
right
thing?
now, they're all-
Oh, this is this is green. Oh, this is it's green. It's green. Don't get me started. 2010 Cabernet Sauvignon from Bonneau. Going down, baby. I'm gonna need more wine. I'm gonna run out of freaking wine.
I know.
Is this one going in?
No.
No, I'm drinking now. Oh, he looked. He went. No, that's the one. That's for me. All right. Okay. All right. Oh.
And you're on what you're on? Not yet. Not yet.
2012
You
TR
haven't had the
Elliott,
Petite Syrah yet.
Three
I just said,
Blooms,
so the
Pinot Noir. Rocking and rolling. This does not. He said the right thing. That does not suck, and it won't suck while it's in here either.
You're on the Petite Syrah.
Wow. So if I look at this right here, now I guessed on 4 bottles in my formula. I'm probably short about a bottle. I'm thinking about, because I guessed. Okay. So don't kill me. But I can add to it, which is good, and it's okay. All right. So now you've got the formula. It's in here. Now what you want to do is you want to do, and I'll show you how you do this. First of all, this is Safeway Select because it was on sale. Whoa, what happened? She was flagging me down, and then a drip came, and you went that way. I was just going, I'm out of control. Something happened. Am I okay?
Multitask.
Okay. She was flagging me, and you were leaning, and this thing was dripping. I'm like, what the hell do I do?
Open the bottle.
I have. So, yeah, okay. All right, so I went to Safeway today and got this. Here's what you want to do. This is lemonade. You're going to put a splash in. Okay? Splash. What you want to do, though, this was on sale. I got it for $2, right? So that's being thrifty. It's original, contains 11% juice. Now, I went over to the other section to get the ginger ale, right? And I saw it was a name brand, and it was only $1.25. And of course, Mr. Thrifty, I'm burying this, and I'm getting the 125. No. The $1.25 one was 3% juice. This is 11. What I'm trying to do is add some sweetness. So I don't want to go cheap. What I'm trying to tell you is I don't want to go cheap just for the sake of going cheap.
So, but
I went cheap, but it was still a great value, and that's what I wanted to tell you.
what? And that's
you
understandable.
care
but I
about
have a
that?
question. No,
Okay.
yes, I do. This is like
All right.
really important because
Okay.
my whole family is very
was
organic and very, they want to make sure that they're drinking the right things and stuff, in life. So now, if you're using diet ginger ale because you don't want to add sugar, do you use diet lemonade? So
No.
you're not adding sugar?
I want the sweetness to come from this, not necessarily from this. I want a little flavor from here, and I don't want all the sugar.
Okay. Can I ask you a really hard question?
I gotta drop this down because that way I gotta have a weapon to
Is
smack
this
him in case
does this contain a lot of aspartame?
The diet.
Oh, the diet does.
What the hell is aspartame?
It's a chemical that's like
Xylitol.
it's
No,
a chemical that
sugars.
makes
It's got.
pregnant women
it's got-
not able to drink it.
Well, wait a minute.
They
If
can't, they can't drink it
wait.
anyway because there's alcohol.
you're pregnant, you're not supposed to be drinking.
Okay.
Give yourself a break for
We
9
lost-
months.
we lost
You're
control.
gonna be a queen at some point. And everybody's gonna take your baby and change the diapers
You're
all the
right.
time. You're gonna sit around pounding cocktails down when you're all done with the baby thing. Jeez.
Honey,
The last thing.
aspartame in the diet is
In the-
different. It's not a real sugar, but it's
Okay,
sweet.
I'm not going there. I have no idea. I cannot reinvent the world. But
don't
here's what I
think
want
you
you
need
to
to
know
reinvent.
about. You want to just put a splash in. So you just want to put a little splash in. Whoa! Now this is four batches, right? So that was the splash for one batch. So here's the splash for 2, and here's the one for 3, and here's the one for 4. Well, you can have a little more. It's not going to hurt it, okay? You can adjust this thing at the end. It's really kind of cool. But you got to have your own tasting room so you have extra wine. But we'll talk about
So
that.
are y'all
Not a
done
big
with
deal.
Wine in there?
Huh?
Did we run out
I
of wine?
put all the damn wine I had, but that's actually pretty good. That's not. Now you're not going to leave all of that in there. You're just not. All this fruit. That's not going to stay in there. You're going to take that out tomorrow. Some of that. So you have a question? Go ahead. Far away.
So how old is too old of a wine to put into a sangria?
Today's Tuesday. I put a Thursday in there, and I'll bet you $1 million that wine is rocking and rolling. It's
Doesn't matter.
it doesn't affect it at all. You get the fruit and you get the alcohol. That's all you're getting. And it's the quality of the fruit, and that's why you don't use junk. Go ahead. What's the question?
I think this sangria would probably be great at a lobster lunch.
But people
No,
don't
because
know.
do you know how much I'd have to make for the You know how many batches that would take? Oh my God.
Tell me about the lobster lunch.
Oh.
John.
So let me real quick run the video on the lobster lunch so these people know what's coming up. July 12th and August 9th, 2 lobster lunches, one at James Family Cellars right over here, and one in Sonoma at Bono's property. It rocks. Go ahead, giving them a rip. I mean, really? If you don't like that, then you don't like wine. Don't go to any events. But my gosh, if you can come to wine country on either one of those dates, that's the event you want to go to. Brad is working on coming on the July 12th, and if you want to have a great time, you got to come with this man. Seriously. We will have fun, man. But the food is amazing. The wine is fantastic, and that is wine country. And you know, limited tickets. But get your tickets. We have them here. It's lobster lunch. Everyone loves that. All right, here we go. Now, the sangria is fine. If you guys are worried now, don't worry. See, it's fine. It's fermenting. It's doing its thing. You don't have to do anything. I did my splash. I'm okay with that. Now, the next day, just so you don't forget, the next day, first thing, you put this in there, and then you stir it up, and then you do a little test.
The whole thing.
Yes. Well,
Still the one for one for one.
it's yeah. In the recipe, it shows you how many. It's almost 3/4 per bottle of red wine. So I've got 2 here, so I've got enough. It's okay. You can go light on this. It's not gonna hurt. Are we okay?
Yes, we're doing
Okay.
fine.
All right. All right. So,
Yes, sir.
the last wine for tonight, 2009 Malbec, Alexander Valley Fruit, Gann Family Cellars. Retail on this is $36. You get it for $27 on mix and match 3 or more, and that's 25% off. That goes through the entire month of June, and that's what you got. You got 4. You got 4 more bottles you want to get? Okay, fine. And then it's going back to the regular price. So on the 4th or the last Tuesday of each month, we will announce the next month's specials. We'll do this every month all the way through summer into the winter. We could do it outside here. We kind of like it outside. And now everybody's going, yeah, shut up and just pour, will you? Okay, sorry. So this is Malbec, one of the 5 Bordeaux grapes from France. And it's produced out of Alexander Valley at Gann Family Cellars Vineyard. And yeah, lovely, right? Yeah.
Shipment, Scott.
Oh,
We know what's coming in the shipment for next month.
okay. Wine Club members. All right. We have a new winery called Deering. We've announced them last month. They've been in here pouring their wines. Fantastic portfolio. There will be a Deering wine in the shipment coming in June and July for the Cellar Club. Okay? That's coming in. Beyond that, I've got a Bonneau wine that I'm not going to say anything about. That's coming in the shipment. That's coming June and July for both clubs. They're getting that wine. Okay? You get to taste it in advance, and if you okay it, it's going in. And Brad's going, what about me? Okay. And then T.R. Elliott, we've got a T.R. Elliott coming in the house, so that T.R. Elliott's coming in the shipment.
What is it?
I'm not telling you. And then I have a 4th wine that I'm not going to tell you anything about, and you will love it. It'll be great. So that's what we've got. Coming up a week from now, we'll have it all done, and that'll be excellent. To recap, we've got a great week coming up. Thursday, you got to come in and see Stacy Joy. You got to call for reservations. You want to sit downstairs and watch her right here, you got to call up and make reservations for your table. You're going to love it. She's a great entertainer. You'll have a great time. And then, of course, we've got John Pita on Friday, the Reverend John Pita. He owns his own church. It's pretty cool. And then we've got Falcon Christopher. And if you haven't seen that act, you missed it, man. You just totally, right? Falcon.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, She's super.
He is so good.
Right? Come on.
Yeah. Now, is the little guy's name as well? Christopher?
No.
Falcon.
Aiden.
Aiden. Why don't they call
Close.
it Falcon Christopher featuring Aiden?
Aiden.
You said Christopher or Aiden. I said close.
Yeah, right.
Aiden.
Yeah.
I
So-
think we need to start announcing.
He's like this tall.
Oh, we have to hurry now.
He's like
Sorry.
this tall. I know. I see the whole thing wrapping. So I want to thank all of you that stood outside and tasted wine with us. Yay! We had a good time. So we want you to know how to make great sangria, and we'll taste that, of course, tomorrow. We'll be able to enjoy that. So come down to the taste room. You'll have sangria, and it'll be fantastic. I can guarantee you that. And then I'll have the recipe up tomorrow, so you know how to do it. But take the sugar out. You don't need the sugar.
No
Forget
sugar.
all that. Just do what I did here. And if you don't know, just watch the tape over, and you'll figure it out.
Right.
And so next week I've got giant. Well, let's start that over. Cut. All right, start over. Next week I've got John Banbury in the house with Bonneau Wines, pouring all his great wines. John will be in next week, so we love that. This is where you discover wine one sip at a time. Thank you very much for all of my staff and friends that help us out and make this show happen. We'll see you next week.
You bet.
Bye for now.